Oh, the double introduction.
All right, you go for it.
Welcome to another stream. We are here today, your, as usual, hosts, Laris and Scooten.
Hello.
And we'll be going over some new things today. And it's the feature that we just released 2 days ago. It's shooting, and that will be the main focus. And we'll talk a bit about that and make sure to share links in the Twitch chat going to the blog and the information about it. And I think that Scooten is going to both build and play, maybe not in that order. So we'll get around shooting and do ask questions if you have any in the chat. And thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you for joining, guys. So I think first we should maybe look at some of the new features.
Yes.
Which is shooting. So it's finally here. And what we have basically is that we've inserted a gun, a pistol it is. And you can find this if you open the library and go to the CREY category and then the subcategory that's called pickups. And as some of you know, there's a bat here already, a couple of pickups. And now there's also a pistol. And with the pistol, you can shoot, of course. Woohoo! So one thing to keep in mind here is that the pistol is sort of like the gameplay props, which means that it has a variety of settings. It can deal damage, or it can actually heal as well. And then you determine like the amount and how often, and when the character dies, do you want to drop the gun to the ground? Do you want it to go back to the starting position, or do you want to respawn in hand? Like personally, I use the respawn in hand this far, but I mean I can see plenty of scenarios where you want it to drop on the ground or go back to its starting position as well.
Yes.
Then there's the attack range and time between attacks. This is basically like how often can you shoot with the gun. So, like to begin with, we've just added these settings here, and it's really up to you just to play around with it. Some settings may work perfectly well for a certain type of game, where it may not work as well with other types. So that's why we sort of have the settings to allow you to customize this for yourself. But if you just place the gun, the pistol, I should say, it's called a pistol. It is a gun after all, isn't it?
It's a gun after all.
Then you hit 9 and jump into the game. And now you can see we have equipped the pistol. So you can shoot with it just by pressing left mouse button. What you can also do is that you can press right mouse button to sort of aim down the sights-ish, and then you can shoot with it. And you can see that reticle, that circle popping up every time you shoot. You can zoom out a little bit if you want to, or a lot if you want to. So I guess right now it's more precise if you actually hold down right mouse button while shooting. So I'd recommend just starting off with that. And as you can see, the camera turns a little bit just to sort of focus on the reticle and on the pistol. So
Hello, Jodo. Welcome.
Hey, Jodo. Hello.
And Merry Christmas.
So now you're probably wondering, like, what do we shoot and how do we kill objects? Well, let's say let's take the windmill here. Just scale that up a little bit. So in the settings of actually every single asset or prop in the game, you can double click that and you can see this thing called destructible. So if you press on that one, you can see the hit points. And here you can sort of just like throw in the amount of health that you want the object to have. This is quite a lot, so I guess we'll just go with, let's say we go with 100 for this one. And let's just go back and take a look at the gun, the pistol. I'm just gonna call it a gun because apparently my mind can't go with it being
the gun pistol.
Yeah, you can see right now we're dealing 10 damage, which means that we'll have to shoot this windmill 10 times. So we'll just let's make it 50, just for the sake of the example. And let's try to hit 9. Let's equip the pistol. You do this by pressing, you can see the little outline around the gun. Just press left mouse button and you pick up the pistol. And let's try to shoot it. There was 1, so that's 50 damage, and this is 2. All right, so
you killed the windmill.
We killed the windmill with 2 hits.
Oh, and in addition to that, it's actually a hit scan, so it's a instant hit when you shoot. There is no projectile delay and currently no decal system. It is to come.
So let's just try and just, this is a bigger windmill, so let's say it has more HP. We'll just put this to 500. All right.
Yes.
And let's try again. So 2 shots for this one. And let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this should be it. 10. All right. So that's the basics of it. That's the basics of the new shooting feature.
Yes.
We'll keep on improving this, but this is sort of the first iteration, and we're really happy about it because it opened up a lot of like new possibilities for new gameplay.
Yes.
And we'll actually show you a game that we made called Infestation. And then later on, I think we should try and just build a small shooting range game.
That would be nice.
Yeah, just to show, because we've made a couple of boxes as well. I'll just show you really quickly. So like this target box here. Sorry, you can find this under CREY and then gameplay. And then the target box. Let's just dump in a few of those. And as you can see, they go up and down. Shoot one of them. And they just, they stay on the floor. So it's just like a basic little box here to get you started on doing your own shooters. Really excited to see what you guys come up with. But this is the basics of the new shooting.
Yeah.
And I think you should just play around with it. Actually, if you open up the world settings here and go to environment and you go to camera, you can actually you can decide what the minimum camera distance should be and what the maximum camera distance should be. So let's say I put this to the maximum. Let's say we just put it to 5, and let's say we put the minimum to 5 as well, and we jump into the game. Now you can see the camera is actually fixed, the distance from the character is fixed, which means that you can't zoom out on the scroll, on the mouse. And this can be a pretty cool feature to play around with, especially when doing shooters. Now you can see we are at 5, so it's sort of you can't zoom out and you sort of stay close to the character. It can be pretty cool to try and play around with this. You could take it a step further actually if you were to hide the character. Maybe we can do this really quickly here. If we take the hider and let's just increase the area. What you can do is that you can glue this hider to a seeker.
Yes.
And that way it would follow the character at all times. We just want to show you guys how this works really quickly, so we're not going to do that. We just select any player, so the props are not hiding. Let's just put him over here. All right. We need to just put the visibility to 0. So now you can see it's completely hidden. Oh, it's got this little thing here, so we're just going to select boy character.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The cylinder might cause some issues with that of the outline and the content. So the texture is there.
And now you can see the character is invisible, but we can still pick up the gun. So now we actually have just only the gun. I don't know why we're showing this, but I guess this would be fun. It could be fun.
It's the ghost game.
Nothing has been created like this before, so it would be cool if one of you guys could try and do something
reality
with it.
Feel
Yeah.
to it. Yeah, that's nice.
What you can do here is actually go into the world settings again, hit the environment, go to camera, and let's try and put this to maybe 2. Just and let's try and pick up the gun.
Oh, yeah.
Now you can see it's almost a first person shooting right now, and if we press right mouse button, it sort of feels like first person.
Yes.
So it would be really fun to see if someone would try and build with this.
I mean, we're still on the wish list with actual first person cam, and we're going to get there, and we'll announce when it's there because it is a different feel. So the workarounds are actually really interesting. This one is actually really interesting.
All right, so I guess that's sort of the introduction to the shooting.
Yeah.
Feel free to ask any questions in the chat. And for those of you watching that is not completely familiar with CREY, we had a previous stream where we went through some of the core concepts and some of the basics of CREY.
Jodo is writing that he's only seen the start charter on the terrain, and not what we are doing on our end. Do you see when we playtest it, Jordo? And also, if the volume seems to be off, please let us know. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, it seems like we actually just had another instance running.
Wow.
So that's
Thank you,
so
Jodo.
thank you so much, Jodo. This is that's on us.
This should clear up a few things.
Yeah. All right. So I think we're watching the real thing now.
Yes, this should definitely be it. That was odd.
Yeah, that was super odd. But
Yes.
all right.
I had it here. Maybe it locked it in first. Okay.
All right. So
So
I think
this-
this should do it.
Maybe you need to, if you refresh it now, it should be showing the correct stream with what we're currently doing. Ah, there we go. No worries.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. We're really sorry about that. Yeah, that was a blooper. All right. So let's just go through this again then, just to get you on board with it. This is the pistol. It can be found in CREY, and then under pickups, you have the pistol here. Just place that in the level. Then you can check out, it has the settings window. You can double click the pistol, or you can just go to the settings. And then you can select, here is the amount, the intervals, what happens when the character dies, like what happens to the gun, does it drop to the ground, go back to its starting position, or does it respawn in the hand? And then time between attacks and the attack range.
Volume is good. Okay.
So that's the basics of it.
Yeah.
The things you're seeing here, which is like the target boxes, it's just some boxes that we made to get you started. Just to give you an example of what you can do. And this can be found in the gameplay. And right here, target box, just pop those into the level. About like making destructible objects, just again really quickly, if you go to just any category, let's take the skull, just gonna scale it up a little bit. You double click it, or go to the settings window here, and then you can see this called destructible. Just click on that one so that it's on, and then you can increase the hit points or like decrease the hit points. Again, let's put this to 100. It should be a 2-shot, as long as the pistol is dealing, let's say, 50 damage.
Yes.
I'm just gonna remove this hider. Let's turn it off so that the character is visible. If you go to playtest, you can pick this up and just right-click and then start shooting. So it should be easy for you to get started here. So these are the very basics of it. And please do ask any questions if you have some. I think before we playtest the game that we made, we should just look at the camera once more.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
In the world settings here, you can go to the camera option here, and then you can actually set the minimum distance and the maximum distance of the character. Usually there's like some gap in between these two values so that you can scroll back and forth to reduce the camera distance or increase it. But we'll just show you here. You can put this to 5 and put this to 10, for example. And when we play test and we zoom in, this is the 5 distance, and then when we zoom out, this is the 10 distance.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you to just customize what kind of distance that you want.
And that function is really nice in regards to your level design, because previously you might experienced having difficulties with making a level where it can be pretty annoying if the player going through your level can zoom out too much. It might ruin what's to come or what's behind the wall. So that setting is really helpful.
Definitely, yeah.
For choosing what you would like to see design-wise.
Definitely.
Yes.
And just before we move on, what we did with the hider here was basically that we told it to make the character invisible by just taking the visibility to 0 and selecting like any player, which means that if we turn this on and you can see it already, the character's hidden. And this is just a way that you can sort of play around with the camera so that you get this. You can only see the pistol, for example. It could be fun to see some games being made like this, but again, it's totally up to you how you want to use the new features.
So wanna grab your infestation?
Yeah, let's try that.
So the thing is, Scooten built the very first shooter game in CREY with the feature to come, and we actually have a short blog about it that I'm going to share in the chat, where you can read some information about the hit scan, the aim, what is to come with ammo clips, pickups, and more. There's also a link to the actual infestation game that you can check out, and various other information. I'm just briefly gonna put it here in the chat. So let's see. Can we find it?
All right, so here it is.
There we go. There we go.
All right, so here it is. And if you have any questions about how this game was made, what assets are being used, I can tell you that this is the new Sanctuary pack. Some of the assets are already available for everyone.
Yes.
To be found in the library. It's from Purple Jump. So this was a really cool pack to build with. It's very sci-fi-ish, but it has a lot of cool elements.
Yes, and it's really nice to give a game a narrative. This one is the amazing cutscene to the evil turret. The actual build and thoughts about the build, how it was done, what was used, is going to be shared. We'll actually write a builder post with information and screenshots from the editor where we go through this exact game, and more to come. We will make sure to share that as well. And in all honesty, I think I died too many times before I actually completed this one. I don't even know if I'm on the leaderboard, to be honest.
We'll find out.
Did I give up at the... Oh, no spoilers, by the way. No spoilers.
Oh, I forgot that one. So the thing is that I tried to put a lot of emphasis on sound in this particular game, which means that these small aliens that's trying to kill you, they actually make a sound. So the closer that they are to you, the louder the sound. And right now I'm playing without any sound, at least in my ear. So
Yes.
it can get pretty tricky.
Jordo, do you hear in-game sounds? Oh, he's also asking, how many cameras did you use when making this game?
So I used a camera, one camera for each cutscene.
Yes.
So actually there's no camera controlling the actual character right now. This is some of the camera settings that we talked about just a couple of minutes ago. We actually just used the camera settings to decrease the distance that you have from the character. So as you can see, we're pretty close to the character right now. But as for the cutscenes, I did use cameras. And then camera on a directional mover that moves sort of toward a certain thing.
Yeah.
And then you can use some timers, so the thing that gives the camera and the directional mover power, that can also give power to a timer, so that after a certain amount of seconds you hear a sound or you hear see some text or something, right?
Yes. No, Christian writes there's in-game sounds. Right? No, that's good. We've got that covered. Thank you and welcome.
Oh. Probably, let's see if I can do this without dying. I'm not sure. I have played it quite a lot since...
We've actually had quite a few talk about building levels, building games, and the definition of what is what. And the more features we see, the more content and more assets that is available in the library. It's actually interesting to see how many are talking about building levels. This could be part 1, and then a new shooter level that will be part 2, and those two will be what makes the game itself. I think this is a really nice one in regards to storytelling, which I'm a big fan of, and especially sci-fi.
Oh, yeah, there it happened.
No MLG today.
No. Alright, we'll get there. Get there.
Well, it must be hard if you built this entire game and you still died. That's good.
Yeah.
Oh.
And if you want, I can actually, I'll happily share some of the like boxes, some of like the turrets, for example, or the aliens, if you want them. I could do a couple of videos on how I build those as well, and how to do the cutscenes if you're interested in that particular thing. So, just as an example, because there's a cutscene coming up now. What's happening is actually there's a seeker sending power to. Okay, it's gonna get a bit technical here, but a seeker is sending power to a connector, which is equals 1. So when it gets 1 power signal, it's gonna power something. But it also sends power to a timer, which is set to a certain amount of seconds, so that the timers will send power to the connector.
Yes.
So after X seconds, the connector is now getting 2 inputs and not 1, which it initially was. And that is what's disabling the camera and the directional mover in the cutscene.
Yeah.
So that's actually how I'm making these cutscenes. So as you can see here, the seeker is sending power to the connector, which is sending power to the camera and the directional mover. And just in a couple of seconds, it's going to receive another power signal from the timer, which will then cancel the cutscene. And there it is.
In addition to all that, hey Guanplans, welcome. Dark Souls 4 confirmed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a tough game. In addition to that, we are going to see both made by you guys, the builders, the community, a lot of videos about how to do stuff, and we'll see to it that we will put out some tutorials for the gameplay props as we go along, to give a better guide and introduction to
here's the boss fight.
Oh,
and here we go.
Yeah, that might be Dark Souls.
Yeah, so let's just put a badge in here. It's called Dark Souls 4 confirmed. It's basically if you complete the whole game without dying one single time, which is not particularly easy.
There are actually quite a few badges that are not that easy to get, and that's a good thing, because some of them are also, I wouldn't say secret, but it requires a specific behavior around your environment that you need to be aware of.
That's one of them.
And be explorative. Really,
that was close.
I really enjoy the turrets. Oh, what are they called from Star Wars? Those that roll in and then they get a shield. Vroom,
Droids.
Is it just droids?
Probably something else.
Can't remember. Any of you remember that?
Alright. Oh! Alright, we were killed by the invincible alien.
Oh yeah.
Which is somewhere around. Oh, I forgot. There's actually an achievement for completing the whole boss without killing any of the turrets. I think it's the danger mode one.
So the thing is, if you are playing without sound, it's actually really hard, because you do get some sound clues. Oh!
Yeah.
Oh!
Here it is.
Okay, there we go. Screenshot, frame, Christmas present. So this is the part I'm talking about. To be continued. This is a perfect setup for another level that makes this and the next one part of the game is pretty cool.
Oh, so that was 8 minutes.
That's alright.
That's alright. Here are the badges. We didn't get the butcher. This is the secret one.
Oh yeah, don't spoil it.
Yeah.
If you do get the butcher, congratulations. You found something without knowing you could get it.
And the leaderboard, let's see what's going on here. Big Jodo.
Sablo
Nablo. Whoa! Okay, that's quick. That's actually...
Yeah,
that's actually really quick.
That's a fast one.
Yeah. Well, wow. Alright. So I guess maybe we should just like try and do a little shooting range game, and
that's a great one. Let's let's do that.
Small circle here.
I'm saying let's end with that, but let's build it up and see where we can go with the shooting feature. If you do have any requests for weapons or features in regards to ranged combat, also melee, that's fine. Let us know in the chat or in the Discord. Find in the links below.
Alright, so what we'll do here is we'll just place a couple of targets to begin with.
Just a couple.
Just a couple. That's when the chef says just a little bit of oil.
Yes.
Throw in a bunch of it. Alright. maybe one more, something like this.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have the character here.
Ah, this apple juice.
Take another one. Let's do the. I think the ghost boy. I like them. All right. And of course we're gonna need a gun. There's this weapons crate here. Just put that down right there. Okay, and just gonna paint.
Oh, it has the
area.
bat in it as well. That's
Yeah, it does.
That's a nice addition.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it has like both the bat and the.
Okay, ground plants. Droidcasts or destroyers or rollies. Oh, wow.
All right,
They do have all those names officially? I didn't know that. I thought they only had one. Frenetic Fudge Factor. Wow. I got it. I got it in first try. Welcome to the stream.
All right.
We are looking into the shooting feature. If you just joined. And we just played the Infestation game. Skoon is now building a, would you call it a shooting range game?
I actually don't know what we'll call it because we're just like making this up as we go. Like we talked about creating a shooting range, so we'll just see how it ends up.
Where it will take us.
Yeah, I'm
right.
thinking like we'll do this in different levels. So
Yes.
this 3 of them will be the easiest ones.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a couple of difficult ones, and then maybe that was too many.
A couple of different
Something like
ones.
this?
Yes.
Let's just divide them up really quickly.
Yes.
I guess we can use. Let's just take this pillar just to begin with.
Could you make a badge called slow but very bad at aiming? So
Oh yeah.
I get something as well when I
we
play.
can definitely.
That
do
would be great.
Just gonna take these and do it like this, and I'm gonna duplicate them. Select them and this is just really quick, just to divide it up in difficulty. Just disable the grid here and.
If
maybe
you have
scale them
questions,
down a little bit.
if you have questions in regards to the controls in the editor we're going through as we build this, I like to say Skoon is building. Watch the previous episode where we are a bit more in depth with how the controls actually work, and do ask questions as well.
All right, so let's find a couple of pine. Oh, whoa, that's wrong. Something like this.
Do you like the pine trees?
Yeah, I like the pine trees. Yeah, we've been through this, right?
Yes, yes.
I love pine trees, and we're definitely gonna add a couple of ferns in here as well.
Could someone please send Skoon some pine trees? Would be amazing.
Yeah. Any pictures of pine trees
Pictures
make
of pine
me very
trees.
happy.
Do share them.
Pictures of ferns will make me
Ferns.
happy as well.
Yes, nature.
All right, so start it like this. Pick up that gun and start shooting away.
Wow. The ones in the back, are they faster? They might be.
They aren't, but they are
Okay.
further away, which makes their sort of
Oh, yeah, so
hitbox a bit smaller.
Yeah.
But what we can do is like we can move them back and forth if we want to, and I feel like we want to.
Yeah.
So if we like take this lift, I guess could do it, and do something like this with it, and maybe increase the. Maybe do 4. Let's do 5 actually. All right. So what we can do is like we can target this one. We'll just have to set this to cycle. Let's say ping pong, so it goes back and forth. Maybe 2. That would be fine.
Oh yeah.
We can do it with all of them, right? Let's see what it looks like.
So currently, if you wanted
Alright.
to use one lift for this, it would be hard to give different inputs for each of the individual targeted. So you would need to use one more lift for the one you would. Oh, 1, 2. Whoop. Move out of sync with those.
All right. So I guess this could be the basics. Let's just polish it a little bit. Like as you can see, you can sort of see through the trees here. You can see a lot of background right here. It feels still sort of empty. So I think a good trick here is actually to just make sure that you cannot see through, like that you can't see the sort of the edge of the level here. It's just like case it in a bit more.
Yeah. Give a sense of the endless woods.
Yeah. So
The
first,
depth
just
is
adding
really nice.
some big trees here,
Yeah.
just to begin with.
And just as a reminder, if you do build a game where you can use the gun, you can go into the gun settings. We mentioned this previously, and you can tweak the range, the damage, a lot of things. In the future, we'll add more to it, as well as the pickups that will have ammunition clips. So you can design around that, have some scarcity on it.
Alright, so as you can see right now, you can't really see through because there's just a bunch of trees in the background, but it sort of get this
Where's the evil
good
bear?
vibe, I think.
Oh, we don't have a
So
bear.
already
Oh.
it feels more like we're in a forest. Like we could go crazy here, right?
Yes.
And just do like this.
too,
as
too
well.
late.
Alright, we got these big trees. Even bigger. Let's create a bit of depth here. So say we try something like this. Alright, even bigger. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Alright. And let me just see, maybe we can place a couple of... Oh, alright, well, there was a bit of a delay on that. Alright, so it feels a bit better already. It has a bit of depth here.
Early alpha, ladies and gentlemen. There was a slight delay.
Oh yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Alright, so get a
that
bit of
looks
depth
nice.
here, which is good, I think. But might want a bit more. Okay, so that's too much.
We will be looking into a high score challenge at the beginning of the new year. It would be interesting with a shooting range high score challenge, actually. I think there are some really great ones in regards to what's being built in the community already. Getting some messages and seeing some screenshots.
Alright, so we'll just we'll go with this to begin with. Now we're just gonna add just a bit of like bumps in the terrain here, because like when everything is very flat, it doesn't look like super realistic. Not that we're going for a realistic look here. We just want it to be a bit more sort of organic.
Looks real to me.
Yeah, well, that's good. I feel like we could add... Actually, this tree trunk would be cool.
Yes.
Like almost as if we cut down some trees in order to create this shooting range.
We shut it in half.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Create a bit of that. Alright.
Add flying targets.
Flying targets. Oh. Alright.
Okay,
well,
okay. Ground plans with the flying targets.
We could do that.
We could do that, yes.
But are we going to? I'm not sure. Right now. We could add a couple of ones. Like maybe okay,
Add a dragon.
We'll do it after. We'll do it after. I just like build this very simple setup here.
You could go for a crazy game where you just you basically do the same. You just simply move it into the air.
Alright, so maybe we should add just a couple of bacons here. Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
Guess we could have one that's super interested in the weapons here.
Yes.
Oh,
Animals and guns.
that was wrong.
That seems.
Oh, those are both. We could have that in the background. But maybe just a couple of pigs here.
That one is like, Frank, what are you doing? Get away from the guns. Oh, you want to be able to shoot the pigs?
No, actually not.
Okay.
No, I
good.
just wanted to be here.
Yeah.
Feel like it's cozy.
Yeah, we don't want to get in the news.
And maybe like you can do a creepy one here. It's like just lurking in the background. Just that.
It seems, in regards to being a shooting range, it seems like a very unhealthy place to be positioned.
Yeah.
right behind the targets.
Yeah, but things like they don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
They don't know any better.
They don't know any
Right,
better.
so
They
it's,
smell truffles. They're going for it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we'll add. Yeah, they smell truffles. That's
They
a good
smell.
idea. You know what?
There's truffles in the air.
We'll add just a couple of.
That's good.
We'll add some mushrooms.
Yes.
Right. Just to make sense of it.
Yeah.
All right. So now we have a couple of pigs in here.
The curious pigs.
Now we need the truffles. And I know there's a couple of.
Do we actually have truffles?
No, but we do have mushrooms.
And imagination.
Right. So all right. So we got a bit of glow on these mushrooms as well. We'll
Yes.
Add those. And this guy found a couple.
Oh.
And maybe this guy as well.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, we'll add another mushroom here.
Okay.
Okay.
That is starting to look good.
Yeah. And next thing, of course, is ferns. We'll add a couple of ferns.
No comments.
We got a giant fern in here. For those of you that don't know, I love ferns. I think no, but really, I definitely I'd recommend everyone to use ferns because they really add a certain type of polish.
Building a platformer? Use ferns.
Just use ferns.
Building a space shooter? Use ferns. I think it's great.
Just a couple of ferns here and
Yeah.
there can really enhance the look of things. If you're struggling with your polish, just throw in a couple of ferns and you'll be fine.
Could you just, for the sake of humor, give the Mr. Bacon, the pig on the left, right in front of you, an animation?
Oh, we
But, I mean, it already has one, but I mean, if we use the animator,
yeah,
just for a test.
you know what we could do? We could just make him run around. This guy's a setting, so if you turn on the power, he's gonna start running. Obviously, that looks a bit weird when he's not moving, but we can just make.
It's a half moonwalk.
Just throw in a rotator and glue this fella to the rotator, and oh, okay, that was the wrong way.
That was an actual moonwalk.
Alright, so we'll just freeze it, reset it, and let's just have a look at it. He's sort of running into the ground, so we'll just like do this, and let's see.
Oh
I
yeah.
want to make sure that he doesn't hit any of them. Something like this.
Close. Pretty close.
Pretty close. Close enough, I
Yeah.
guess. Alright,
Well, it's a pig.
I think this is it.
What are you gonna?
Right?
Yeah, that's.
This is it. Alright, so he's running around, scared of everything. Let's add another one. This guy could be here. And we could add another one here. And let's just press H and hide that. Oh. Let's get a bit closer here. And tweak this guy a little bit.
So
So now we have a couple of pigs running scared while we shoot. So what we can do is actually, like, if you kill any of the pigs, you lose.
that would be great.
Maybe that would be great.
Yes, preserve the truffle-seeking pigs.
Yeah.
And
So we'll just like double click this one. We talked about this earlier in the video. Go into the destructible, put that 50. I guess that's fine. Do the same thing here, and the same thing here.
so that means that you can basically shoot and kill the pigs now. You
Yeah.
need to turn on destructible for every object that you would like to be able to actually give damage and destroy. And
So
the second you actually toggle that, you can set the hit points. It activates that setting.
So what we'll do here is actually that we'll take the sensor, and then we'll say this is triggered by the targeted prop, which means that as long as this pig here that we targeted is within this area that we set with the sensor, then this is going to send power to something. All right. So we'll just do that with the other pigs as well, like this. Actually, that should go here. All right, and now what we're gonna do is that if any of these picks are killed, let's say this pick is killed, then this sensor will stop sending power.
Yeah.
So we'll have something react to that, which will be not the game completed, but like the game failed. We'll just place that up here. You know, we'll just hide it over here, so that we have the inverter, which can do this. So what the inverter does, in case you don't know, is that when this one sends power, then the inverter will not send power. So the inverter will do the opposite of what. So if the inverter receives power, it's not going to send power.
Yes.
If it doesn't receive power, it's going to send power.
Yeah.
And since this sensor will stop sending power once the pig is dead, then this inverter is going to activate, and we'll just have it activate the game over, which is here.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump in here and say game over. All right. And then we'll just do the exact same thing with the other sensors here. So that sends power there. Game over. And we'll just test this in just a minute. This one sends power to the inverter. The inverter sends power to the game over. All right. So let's test it real quick. Little pig is sniffing the weapon. All right. So now we shoot this pig here.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
What's the damage on the gun?
Yeah, that's right.
The pistol might be...
Open up this box here, go into the pistol,
Oh,
and
okay.
just set this to 50.
So that's
Everything
a
is
one-shot, one kill, right? The pig had 50 HP?
Yeah, the pig has 50,
okay.
50 HP. Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so let's try again. Yeah, and there it is. So now you lose if you kill any of the pigs.
Yes.
And I guess you can't shoot these ones because they're for polish, only the ones moving. And what we'll do now is that we'll just pause here and we'll make the win condition. And basically, I think the win condition should be that when you've killed each and every target box, you win. So I think that should be it. And let's just open up this box here really quickly. And as we can see here, this connector here is actually, it's pretty difficult to see right now, but it's receiving power from all these primitives here. So that the setting is, yeah, so the setting is as long as it's not 4, as long as it's like over or under 4, this one is going to send power. And let's see this one.
Oregano is asking, could you add a target on top of one of the pigs?
Oh, okay, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Yeah, sure, let's do that.
All right, Oregano, that's a good suggestion. And yes.
Let's try that.
Yes, we can.
Oh, maybe that should be one of the... no, okay, I guess it should be the easy one.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll just do this. And then we'll glue this box to the pig.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it should move along with it. So...
No,
beautiful.
No comments to the downstate of the action. Oregano, thank you very much. I hope that you are building games in CREY.
All right, so just running around with it. Yeah, and we got it. All right, so just
that was preferably one of the best
funky.
suggestions yet. That is very interesting.
All right, so yeah, that was great. All right, we'll go with it.
Amazing,
right?
yes.
So the way this works is basically that a generator is powering on and off this joint, which moves it up and down.
Yes.
But the thing is, after you shoot it once, after you shoot any of these 4 primitives right here, this one is going to stop sending power, and it's going to, let's see here. Yeah, right. And which means that this one will stop sending power, which means that this connector will no longer receive 2 inputs, one of them being the inverter, another the connector, and it's going to stop the joint. So what we'll do here is that this one will send power to another connector, which will receive an equal to each of these. So let me just explain this. It's a bit of a complex thing. It's like when you get into the connector stuff. Basically, what's happening here is that this connector is set to, like, as long as it's not receiving exactly 4 power, inputs, it's not going to send power. So as you can see right now, it's actually receiving exactly 4, because there's 4 primitives in this one, right here. So it's not sending power to the inverter, which means the inverter will send power. It's a bit of fun, like abstract thinking here, but once you sort of get the hang of it, it becomes like easier.
And also we will be doing builder blocks where we go more in depth with how you actually build and use stuff. Not as much tutorials as it is actually about the games that are being built. So you get into the mind of each different builder and how they approach it, and also the trial and error, because you will be experiencing a lot of setups where you might think something is powering and then you forget to set a wire, and you will fast. It's a fast approach. The more you use it, you'll quickly see how easy it actually is to set up. So don't be scared by all the wires.
So I guess just the important thing to understand here is that this connector, when anything is killed, a shot here, it's basically gonna send power, this connector, right? So what we want to do here is that we want to gather all the power. Like every time we shoot someone, we want it to send power to this connector right here that we just placed. And when this has power from every single target, then you're gonna win the game.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what we're gonna do now. So basically, first thing I think is that we're going to count how many targets that we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that a target box?
Uh-oh. What is that?
What is? Oh. Okay. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15
all right.
in total.
We have 15. So that means when we've killed 15, when this connector receives exactly 15 inputs, then it's going to power the game over, or like the game complete, not the game over, obviously.
That would be a victory condition.
So that's the thing. So I'm just going to freeze it here so we don't have things moving around. Makes it a lot easier for us. I'm going to open them one by one, and then I'm going to, from this connector here, send power, all right? And then we can close the box afterwards. So just bear with me as I do this. All right. It's a bit easier to use the hotkeys here. So I'm just double clicking the boxes, opening them, pressing on the connector, pressing P on the keyboard for power, and then giving this connector power. We'll just move it with us here just to make it easier.
So doing it 15 times as the connector is set to set the victory condition. In regards to opening and closing boxes, we've actually had some community requests about being able to have an option to close and open all boxes in the scene at once, so you don't have to do it manually with each box.
That's a good idea.
We are looking into the possibilities of this. Some requests are a bit more tricky than others, but it's definitely a good idea. The fewer steps to do stuff like that, the better. So thank you for those requests. This one is... oh, and did you get the picky one? Yeah, you got the picky one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Every single one. All right, so that was it for the first ones. Let's move it over here just to make it easier.
I am not sure if actually, I think my Twitch might be bugging a bit in regards to the chat. I saw comments previously that are not there anymore. Huh. Those of you just joining, welcome. We are today, the focus is actually, we've talked a bit about the new feature, shooting. The very first ranged weapon is available in the library in CREY now, and we've played the infestation game, the level. I'm gonna share it here again in the chat, and we are currently building a shooting range. Scuden and I'm Laris, and we are just brushing up the last pieces to set a
Yeah.
victory condition for the game.
So, sorry about the the intro. I just want to say that now we've gathered all 15 inputs. So every time we kill a target box, it's going to send power to this connector. And once we have 15, which means every single target box here, then we're going to send power to the game finish, which is this one. All right. So
Oh, Oregano is asking, will it be possible to add your own visuals on top of the weapon without you developing a new weapon? So do you mean if you build a weapon out of primitives that you can glue it on top of the gun? Not actually quite sure about that one.
it's
It
definitely
should
something
be
we
possible
talked about.
because you can glue stuff to the gun right now, can't you? Is
Uh,
that an option?
I don't think that you can
Ah.
glue exactly like to the gun right now. It's something that
Oh
we
yes,
talked
but
about.
that's like the bad. Yes, that's true. Oh yes, we actually tried that. I think the idea is really good. Yes. We do talk about making a template, a shooter template where it's possible to have a projectile. So if you just customize your own, as it is right now, then you can glue on top of that template. But I will pass on for sure that it would be interesting to use the gun and then glue on top of it your own built weapon. Let's see here.
Alright.
Quickly gonna write that one down. That's a really nice suggestion.
Oh, so you just got under the actual level here with the damage here. Basically what I wanted to do is just that if you go into the water, you'll die. So there it is. And
No jumping into the water.
no jumping into the water. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Cool. So I think we should test it. First thing we will test is if you shoot the pig, you will lose. Right? Okay. So that works. That's good. And now let's see what happens. Pick this up and let's try to shoot all of them. Right? And without shooting the pigs.
Oh. And we will be adding a particle system down the line as well. Along with the decal system, some ammunition pickup. Wow.
It worked.
Yeah, that's 24
Alright.
seconds.
Maybe we should actually have a countdown here, right? So something counting.
Is the winning condition, is that it's not on points, it's on fastest
yeah,
time, right?
Yeah, I think we'll do it
Yes.
on fastest time
Yeah,
here.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. And actually what we'll do as well,
My pick.
just to make sure that people can run into this, we'll just create a
Oregano, it's your pick. It was your suggestion.
yeah.
You have to live with the decision now. It's
What we're doing here is basically we're adding like a force field, which makes it impossible for you to walk through it because we don't want you to cheat on the range. So we'll just, let's say we place that here.
that's a true level designer right there.
It's a bit of cheating now, isn't
Thinking
it?
about the exploits already.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's just take this and make it invisible. You can do that with the primitives. So it's going to be completely invisible for us in the game, but it's just basically going to make sure that people can't just like walk into these and like make it easier.
Actually, you could set a fence right on top of it.
Yeah, it would definitely be better to just like use a fence here. I don't know what kind of fence
we
we
have
will be
any.
building.
Oh god. We are in the process of adding a lot of assets as we progress.
Maybe we could use this window. Actually, like, you have to shoot through the window.
Oh,
I'm not sure
that
if the
would be a
collision
nice
works
idea.
there.
Oh yeah.
Let's take this. No, we need to have the collision here.
Build a trench of
All right.
water.
So
oh yeah.
Let me just delete that.
That's also an option to.
Oh, trench of water.
Yeah, so you could actually have like in between the water. That's also a way to do it.
Just want to try this. See if it works.
Oh, it actually does.
Yeah, it does work. But I'm not sure. Maybe this is annoying to have to look through this.
Yeah, that might be a bit restricting.
I think we'll go with the trench of water.
Yeah.
I like that.
Another good suggestion. I don't want to make this personal, Oregano, but the top suggestion is still for me the the aim on the piggy.
Yeah, that was great. That was really great.
It's
So, actually, what would happen now is that you would be able to just jump past this. But what we'll do is we'll actually just disable jumping, right? So, one thing you can do to restrain movement on a certain axis is that you can go into the library here and take the input trigger. All right, double click that, and then find the key, tap here, and then just find the jump, which is this one. And then you can press the lock player, and what this does is that it locks the jump key, basically.
yes.
So that when we go into the game here, and I'm trying to tap space, as you can see, I can run, but I cannot jump. Which means it's impossible for me to get onto the other side right now, because we have this trench. And if I go into the water, I die and respawn. So I think that was a good idea with the trench.
Yes.
Thank you for that suggestion.
Very nice idea.
Alright. Just close this box again. Place this just like this. And just give this a bit so it doesn't look too sharp.
You can set the range for the pistol in the pistol settings as well.
Yeah, if we can look at that here. I think we'll just go like max range for this.
Yes, that's a good idea. You don't want any restrictions.
No,
so
right.
right now it's limitless ammo and no reload. Again, we will be adding those features. So it's not bound to that, but you can choose to use it for your game design. And we'll move this one. The thing
Just
with the
hide
game
them over
completed gameplay prop is that you need it to set the victory condition, but it's visible as you play the game. Some choose to hide it, some have it there. It depends. That's a
hidden
personal
right now.
preference.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely. Okay, so I think we should just like take a look at the. Maybe take a look at some of the world settings here. Is this just the way we want it? I think it would be cool to actually like go with maybe some fog scattering here. Alright, so if you go to the fog here and select the linear, we can just increase the density and the fog start, so that's how close it is to the character. Let's just select the crazy color first. Or maybe a not so crazy color.
That's like the afternoon, evening, or maybe early morning.
Or maybe
Now it's midday.
midday blue morning.
Nothing like a midday shooting range with piggies seeking truffles.
Yeah, right. Oh, okay, so this looks strange already, right? Now if we decrease the fog
Yeah,
scattering
you can set
here,
some pretty funky world settings.
we'll get there.
Each his
We'll
own.
get there,
I
don't worry.
guess.
And this direction of the sun here.
Yeah, it should definitely be visible. You can, yeah, you see all the aims.
So
Oh,
many
yeah.
trees here, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, that is.
Let's take something like this. And
All right.
do we like the red? Maybe we don't like the red.
We are
the
going
blue?
to save and publish this game. And that's a high score challenge right there. We're gonna publish it very soon when we are done building, and then please do share your high score in the Discord. You see the invite below in the Twitch. I will be aiming for it. Look out for Laris on the leaderboard for this one. Oh god, I'm probably really bad at this. I never was really super with FPS genres.
We'll be just fine, I'm sure.
Do enjoy them, but man, yeah,
Alright,
that's good.
Get a bit of purple in there. Something like this.
This is called the Scuden curse because he can literally go for settings a long time to make
Yeah.
it just right.
I could spend so much time on this,
But it
Never
but
truly
I'm
satisfied
not
with
gonna
it.
lie. It looks really good when you do so because there is a result to it. So that's good.
So I'm not sure what we're going with here. Like I feel like maybe this is okay. I don't know. We'll just go with something.
I think it's more than
Let's
okay.
put it here, right? We'll put it there. Turn this down a little bit. All right. So let's do it like this. Let's just give it a playthrough again.
Any suggestions to the actual game name? Do let us know. The shooting range might be a bit generic. That is skills. Or skill. Maybe skills. Maybe
skill or skills. I don't
skill
know.
or skills. And then the then the
the
oregano
final
bacon. Can you shoot it from?
Yeah, we can do that. That's perfect. All right. Cool.
That's a perfect ending.
All right.
All right, so we're gonna save this and publish the game.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's just see if we can. Let me get all these wires here. It's what did we do? We'll just grab maybe just a screenshot and save it really quickly.
That's the thing, by the way. Skun is mentioning screenshots and saving. The first time you save the game, the screenshot taken from that is actually kept, meaning that you have to upload your own thumbnail to change that screenshot.
Yeah, I think we'll just let's just like take the snipping tool really quickly. Oh, and it just snaps. It's so annoying.
Next level of shooting range will be only pics that are moving super fast in a fucky landscape. That's a good suggestion, actually.
You know, we'll just open Paint really quickly and just like take the screenshot.
The oregano build challenge. You have some really good ideas. So we're doing part 1. You are doing part 2 for sure. Those are some really good ideas.
Shooting range. So the reason we're not moving in-game is because we were saving a screenshot. So we'll just press escape, press save game, and then what do we want to call it?
Yes.
What is the name? Do we have any suggestions?
No, my suggestions
I'll
are
do the
usually
screenshot real quick.
How about just the picky shooter? That gives the wrong impression because you're not supposed to shoot them.
No, that's it.
The nothing with truffle, or no, because that's not part of it either. See, that's the thing.
Shoot. I don't know. Shooting range.
Aim, shoot. Oh God, this is horrible. Oh, the hardest
don't
part.
shoot the pigs.
Don't shoot the pigs. Yeah, that's actually good. Instructions in the title. Prepare.
Don't shoot.
Prepare for truffles and make it double.
All right, we'll do that. Prepare for truffles.
Yeah, Giotto also suggests don't shoot the pigs.
Yeah, don't shoot the pigs. That's not bad.
The thing with the very long title, actually, Oregano, is that sometimes it creates a misalignment in the UI because of the current state. So we're gonna dodge it for now.
Oh yeah,
but
that's right.
it's a great suggestion. So we'll keep it.
Just call it "Don't shoot the pigs" here.
Don't shoot the pigs.
All right.
Waiting again. The UI we have a waiting ... and you will be having a confirmation later on as we progress, so you know it's saved. We are also looking into an autosave, just additional info.
Let's just look at it. So pretty quickly, I think we just created this little game here. I would definitely not going to use the bat. Oh, you can actually
Yes, you can
pick that up. It's a bit misaligned right now, but I guess that'll work out. One thing I want to add actually, is a countdown. Right? We should do that.
Oh,
I even placed a timer here.
That's actually a good idea.
So we'll just go into the timer. It's going to count down, and it's going to show us the time. No expiration text. It's going to be visible after expired. And let's say the time. It's going to count down. No, it's going to count up actually. Right? It's going to count up from 0
to hero.
0 to hero. And we're just going to place a sensor here. Make that trigger type forever so that it starts right off. And let's see what happens. Absolutely nothing happens.
Perfect.
Okay. So what happens if we endless? Let's put that on. Count direction up. It's gonna count endless. There it is, right? So you can see the timer
Now it's counting
up there,
upwards.
which is sort of the stress element. So you can sort of keep track on how far you're up. And
Yeah, that's a good idea. Keep track of your time in case you are battling your own personal best.
all right, and then when this one gets power, we win. All right, so everything should be fine now. We'll just save this once again.
And please give it a last go to check.
Yeah, okay, I'll just do that.
And I should actually grab the link and share it here so everyone can go in and set the record.
Yeah, do that.
We should probably next Friday when we stream again, just see if we can announce the number 1 on the leaderboard for this one.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yep, let's do that. It is in the book. Let me just see if I can grab this. So you can actually share yourself as well. Let's go in here.
All right, we got them all,
We got them
didn't
all.
we? I think we did.
22 seconds. Okay.
It's pretty good. So guys, see if you can beat the 22 seconds. I'm sure you can.
So now showing how you actually publish the game as well.
Yeah. We'll just resave it just in case.
It's the
Even though we
classic
did it.
gamer save the game paranoia.
Yeah.
You save the game,
Yeah.
30 seconds later you've just touched something and you're like, I need to save. It's every time.
Okay, so we're just gonna exit game here. And now we'll go to my games. As you can see, this is what we created the last time, the Pine Fern Forest and the Toxic Jungle just before that.
Yeah.
So we've been through sort of some speedrun platformers. Now we have the shooting as well. So what you do is basically go to My Games, you just click on the game that you just made, and then you hit the publish button.
Can I just say what a great screenshot?
No, it is. Is it?
I like it.
Okay.
That's
good.
because I only know how my own looks. I think this is good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
oh, you published it.
Yeah,
Let
so
me-
it should be published now.
I go to play CREY. I go into the play section. I
Yeah.
see don't shoot the pigs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go here to the description, click share, copy the link,
Yeah.
and get ready for the challenge. Running till next Friday, 3, 2, 1. That should redirect
Alright.
to the game. Do let us know if it doesn't,
Yeah.
and we'll simply shut down the stream and run away.
Yeah, so that's the thing as well, guys. So, if you want to share your games, if you go to the description under any game, it could be one that you made yourself, or something, a game that another user made.
Yeah.
Just hit the description, and you should be able to see a share link in the description.
Do give it a like. Okay, I'm gonna
Right there, as
I'm
you
gonna
can see
give you a
here.
like right off the bat. I know I'm gonna enjoy that one. All right.
Yeah. All right.
So we've talked about the shooting. We've played the infestation game you built.
Yeah.
We've seen the new Don't Shoot the Pigs game.
We
The
have.
Light of
And we
Day.
built that. Yeah.
And it's the 21st. Christmas is right around the corner. So Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah,
And
Merry
thank you for
Christmas,
tuning in,
everyone.
finding time, and thank you for your questions. Oregano, Build Challenge, you do the shooting part 2 because that was a bunch of great suggestions. Anything else? Did we forget something? Uh-oh.
I don't think so, but if we did, just make sure to ping us on Discord,
Yeah.
get in touch, and we'll
Yes.
get back to you as fast as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and Merry Christmas to everyone.
Yeah, and see you next Friday at...
Yeah.
Oh, did we move the stream? Just one thing to 3?
Yeah, we did. Yes.
So it's it's 3 p.m. CET next Friday. We're moving it 1 hour. Apart from that, it's the usual. It's always 4 p.m. CET. So thank you for that, tuning in.
All right. Cool, guys. Thank you, and see you all.
Bye bye.